Welcome to the Overweight Nutritionist Series. I'm Emily, a nutritionist who's overweight and on my own healthy lifestyle journey. I'm here to share with you all the tips and tools that I've learned and used in my weight loss journey so far, so that you too can transform your health from the inside out. So I've still been using the hunger scale, and if you're new to this series, go back to one of my earlier videos called the hunger scale and check it out so you know what I'm talking about. But what I've started to realize about myself is I'm a real consumer of information, but I'm not very good at just sitting down and doing the work and using the tools that I've learned about. So I've decided to make a real commitment to keep using this tool, as I know I eat a nutritious diet, but I know that I still overeat. So I do really believe this tool can help me if I keep at it. I've become really comfortable with just eating 2 meals a day now. But what this meant was that I kind of used it as an excuse to eat more at these meals. So what happened was I had cut out a whole meal from my diet and I still wasn't losing weight. So my focus now is to really focus on the portion sizes and keep using this tool. But the problem is I still really desire to eat food and eat more than I need and eat when I'm not hungry. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about why this is today. So when we're trying to lose weight and eat less, there's 3 feelings that come up often, and these are desire, withdrawal, and willpower. Now this is because the brain is designed to keep us alive, and food plays a pretty important role in this. And so what happens is when we eat food, we get a reward in the form of dopamine. Now dopamine is a neurotransmitter that controls the brain's reward and pleasure center. And what happens is when you eat food, you get a hit of dopamine, and that creates neural pathways in your brain that reminds you that it's important to eat the food again. And so when you eat a real food, you get a slight dopamine response. But if you eat processed food made with sugar and flour, you get a larger dopamine response. So the brain tends to start thinking that these foods are more important. And so over time you eat more and more of these things, and what happens is it sends a flood of dopamine, which ends up down-regulating the neurotransmitters receptors in the brain. And so you need more and more of that food to get the same hit. And what happens is you get stronger desire, and it creates stronger neural pathways. And over time, these become sort of unconscious habits. And sometimes you end up eating and you don't even realize why. So these habits might be things like you feel like you're eating out of control, or you just can't stop eating. But the good news is we can change these ingrained neural pathways by interrupting the old thoughts and replacing them with new ones. But it is going to be hard work. And it is going to be uncomfortable because, again, that's our survival mechanism. That's our brain trying to keep us alive. And so we're designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And that's what overeating sort of become for a lot of people, seeking pleasure and avoiding pain and just doing that. And so that's why it's really important to become aware of your thoughts. And then that's going to be the process that you can use to break these unconscious habits and replace them with new ones. Now, as soon as you start restricting food, your body's going to go into protest. Your brain's going to go into dopamine withdrawal, and your body's going to go into glucose withdrawal, especially if you're a sugar burner. Your body's going to be resistant to tap into those fat stores that it save for energy later. So it's going to increase your hunger and cravings for these processed foods made with sugar and flour that you're avoiding. Withdrawal is the sensation that you feel both mentally and physically in the body from the lack of the sugar and flour that you're avoiding. This is what creates the cravings, and this is because these foods are really artificially concentrated, and your body doesn't actually know how to digest and process these foods, and so it really ends up throwing off your hormones and your hunger scale. Now, willpower is when we try and resist these urges, but really we're fighting against the body. We're fighting against this dopamine withdrawal and this glucose withdrawal, and that's why willpower tends to be so low and only temporary, and seems to run out by the end of the day. So when you have an urge to eat something, you can use your willpower to avoid it or resist it, or you can really start to learn how to allow and process that urge. And this is where the thought work comes in. And this is why I've been trying to really focus on my thoughts. And this is what I'm going to continue to do over the coming weeks. And I hope that you join me. And I'm going to talk more about what to do with these thoughts in upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please subscribe and share it with everyone who you think might find hope or inspiration in what I spoke about today. Also, head on over to my website, insideoutnutrition.co.nz, to sign up for my free newsletter. And please follow me on Instagram or Facebook at InsideOutNutritionNZ. See you in the next video.